Welcome to Rimworld, where things are getting weirder by the minute. I was having RoboDaddy work on the last little bit of the GlitterNet hub so that we can get that working basically at top efficiency, when suddenly things got rather red. Things got very red, very suddenly. You're probably thinking, is it Stalin? It's not Stalin. It's, this fucking thing, which is, it's walked through the base and dropped a load of red spores. So we had, just now, delivered another animals type. We've got here one frostbound behemoth. This is all from one settlement, by the way, all from Castellon. One frostbound behemoth, two Junalisks, one velociraptor, two... Oh, sorry, I should say that's bedbug 2, not two bedbugs. So we got bedbug, we've got a frostbound behemoth, chameleon yak, another polar bear, two gigantoraptors, whatever the fuck those are, a therizinosaurus, a Utyrannus, it's just a ridiculous amount of shit. Just a ridiculous... Still no gorilla, I'd like to point out. So that dream of having a cybernetic gorilla hasn't quite... Oh my god, here they come. Wow. Yeah. I mean, this is just a complete mess, isn't it? So let's go ahead and make sure they're all locked in the barn. Now, I've given them a new roam area as well, just to kind of take a little bit of strain, eye strain that is, off the rest of the base, because the last thing we want is to be working on GlitterNet networking and have a whole procession of animals walk through. Right, there we are. So their roam area is quite literally just this top bit, and then wherever they want in this area of the grassland, so that they're just not in our way, essentially. Holy shit, so what does that thing do? Red spore. Similar to the ocular jelly, this strange creature seems to be of extra-dimensional origin. Doesn't even seem to be carbon-based, using gallium as a basis for structure, blah, 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 blah. Oh. This fact makes the red spore inherently unstable with a low lifespan, prone to violently exploding, and unable to reproduce normally. Huh. Okay. You can fuck off then. Brilliant. I don't know if you saw that, but its maximum comfortable temperature was like at plus 108 as well. Wow. We have a lot of shit here. We have a lot of shit that we have to kind of decide what we want to keep and what we want to cyberize, or we could use the questionable ethics mod to make some adjustments to that. Wow, that's a lot of fucking dinosaurs, huh? We got a lot of dinosaurs. What happened to... Not say we got a Utyrannus as well there. That's got to have arms, surely. Where is it? Yep, there it is. You've got to have arms. I believe. Please let me strap guns to this. Bionic legs. Come on. Left eye, right eye, left leg. What are you talking about? They definitely have arms. Well, I mean, quite clearly they don't right now. There was a comment yesterday, it's also kind of the goal for today, that... you might remember a couple of episodes ago, I compared hyperalloy to cosmic alloy. Hyperalloy, of course, being the thing that we produce from our particle accelerators, plus gold, uranium, plastic, or whatever else. We've also got cosmic alloy, and I kind of compared them, and cosmic alloy had less hit points than hyperalloy, but it turns out cosmic alloy has some other really, really overpowered usage. And one of them, for example, is, if I go to the production here, a Cosmic Alloy high-tech research bench. Now, bear in mind, our current steel research bench has a research speed factor of 1,695%, but the base value of it is just 100% because it's a steel research bench. If we were to build it out of Cosmic Alloy, it would have a research speed factor of 2,500%. Which is pretty fucking nuts. Now you got to bear in mind that only times it by 500, so it will just be 500, and then you get the scenario giving it 500 as well, so it's 500 times 500. Anyway, that will be massive. That would be absolutely massive if we were to install that over the current steel one. But then I was thinking, maybe the reason we haven't been using it is because it was really expensive. It isn't massively expensive, you know, 70 gold, 25 plasteel there. It turns out we've already got 117 of it. So all we've got to do is make another 33 cosmic alloy, and we can get this installed. That plus our integrators, our research counters, our analyzers, our science cabinets, we're going to fly through this research. We're gonna get it done in no time, and then we can really open things up here and do basically whatever the hell we want. Whatever unethical things I can strap to a baboon next. Let's go and get this thing dealt with. I'll get him to finish off the construction before we do anything else. In fact, what I might do is just crank up the construction there too. Now, there were actually genuinely like 6 or 7 comments on yesterday's episode that all said the same thing, which was fortify the outer wall. Actually, a couple of them said the inner wall, but I'm going to do the outer wall with the hyperalloy. The reason for that is basically just to prevent having to keep rebuilding it between each raid. The chaperone mines are pretty good, but obviously, as we've seen before, they've basically almost knocked the wall entirely down by themselves, which isn't too good for a defensive thing. Now, we do have hyperalloy walls. We also have those reinforced walls, don't we? Let me just double check again in hindsight that hyperalloy and cosmic alloy are the same. Just want to make sure before we start doing a complete change of things there. So hyperalloy reinforced walls cost 15 a piece. That's the same as our embrasures, but I don't know if you saw that very, very briefly there. That was 12,000. 12,000 hit points. Our current hyperalloy walls have 3,600. We've never seen a hyperalloy wall be broken, so if we do the outside wall with hyperalloy reinforced, they'll never break through that. And it's 3 times the resources for... I mean, it's over 3 times the hit points as well. Okay, and then Cosmic Alloy, just to double check, has 10,000. Yeah, we'll stick, although that does look kind of cool, because it's just the kind of that very sterile white wall, which seems a bit more suitable for a lab. This looks like we're going to have a completely golden base by the time we finish with this. How much have we got? Oh, man, that's going to be expensive as fuck, though, isn't it? Oh, wow. 3,360. I don't think we've ever seen that much hyperalloy. It might be more of a prudent idea to build it just out of hyperalloy, regular hyperalloy walls. Bearing in mind, we've never seen these walls be broken, even with our anti-matter railgun firing off a shot at that. We've never seen these walls broken apart. I think that would be a better play. You know what? I'm going to do that instead. Although it would be cool to have a full wall of 15,000 hit points. Oh, man. This is a hard choice, because it's kind of like, do we want to go to what is potentially going to be the strongest wall we're ever going to see in any mod pack series, or... do we want to kind of settle for something that's way more sensible? Oh, wow, the game does not like that. Rimworld by Ludion Studios is not responding. Oh, dear. Let's start with just 2 wall segments for the time being. And then we'll obviously take RoboDaddy off of construction at that stage. What I really should do is just limit RoboDaddy to never leaving the safety of our base here. Just keep him inside, because there's no reason I would ever want him working on these walls when it would take him, you know, days and days and distract from the research and everything else we've got going on here. How long until the new Waifu 2.0 is done? 18%. Oh, man, we got a while yet. We're not even a fifth of the way there. But that, bear in mind, is the ultimate robot. We were missing one thing, and that was just the research speed bonus, so we're not going to have her do that anyway, because she's got no skills in that. So, really, she is the best robot we could possibly build ever, not accounting for that. Okay, I'm more than happy to do that. Let me just limit RoboDaddy to everywhere inside the walls. The only time that obviously won't work is... was that inverse prison? Why have I done that? Oh, to keep a robot, like, inside the prison, wasn't it? Okay, probably be easier just to sketch along the walls and then invert it. So let's go ahead and rename that to Friendly Robo Company. Oh, sweet Jesus, not again. Oh, no. Okay. Gorilla. Please, send me a gorilla. Hang on. Rat, royal larvae, Ibexto, jelly, barb slinger. That sounds great. Plasmorph, whatever the plasmorph is. We've got a rhino there, which I'll name Sydney, and then Butcher. We've got 2 alpha beavers. Hell yeah. It's Friday night. Donkey, Spinosaurus, and Mega Scarab. Excuse me. Oh, sweet. Oh, it's another one of those things. Gross. Okay. Mega Spider looks fantastic, though. Look at that with the reskin. That's really cool. Spinosaurus is pretty fantastic. That would be pretty fun to obviously weaponize. Wow, this is absurd. This is absurd. Oh, the barb singer is just a gross... What are you doing? What is that? What have you done there? What? You can't do this. Shoot him or something. Oh my god, there's 2 ocular jellies. These... my planet. Oh no. I'm not sure this is okay. Alien tree. This tree is completely alien. Not even 100% carbon-based. It seems to be decaying quickly from the exposure to terrestrial environment. Strange fruits resembling eyeballs. Okay. This is for science. Bear with me here. We'll feed it to a prisoner. Not assigned to plant cutting. Bear with me. We'll feed it to a prisoner. Just sort of see if they... Just sort of see how that works for them. What the fuck does it think it's doing? My base? What are you doing? Okay, good. Fine. What do we get? Redwood. No. I don't want redwood. I want the eyeballs. Excuse me, sir. I want the eyeball fruit. Chop these eyeballs. It was also pointed out we can build things out of cosmic weave. The actual suggestion said build something like, say to help with surgery chance on animals to make sure that they are accepting these architect limbs. We could build an animal bed out of cosmic weave. I assume the same would apply to... there are beds that we can build out of fabrics, aren't there? One of the mods adds it. I think it's the nice bed or something like that. The same might apply to that. We might end up having a bed that's much better surgery chance than a fully upgraded hospital bed. So we'll probably check that out in a second. Do we have any cosmic weave just to test that? Hang on. Okay, wasn't that one? Poor mattress. We could build that out of cosmic weave. Hang on. Surgery success chance. It's still only 100%. Okay, fair enough. I thought it was worth giving a go, right? Is there any others that we could build a cosmic alloy hospital bed? Surgery success chance is 110%. The gain speed factor is 333%, and the rest effectiveness is 300%. Oh, wow. We might have to do a full furniture upgrade instead, then. Let's just go ahead and check out the Cosmic Alloy Advanced Bed. Yeah, 390% rest effectiveness versus the hyper... Oh, we don't have any anymore. I suppose I'll have to check on this one. Rest effectiveness is 392, but bear in mind that's also got the other additions as well. So it's 300% from hyper alloy. Wow, this is a bit of a game changer, isn't it? 390%. Wow, okay, yeah. I'm going to have to try and swap out all of our comfort-based furniture for some of the Cosmic Alloy. I know what I wanted to check now in hindsight. It was the chairs, too. Bear in mind, we've got these ergonomic chairs that he's sitting on his ass all day in front of this... In front of the research bench. We might as well give him the best thing possible here. So if we go for... It's like advanced chair. There it is. Advanced chair. Oh, that's what you build out of material as well. So the ergonomic chair is out of cloth. There we are. I just want to see whether or not the Cosmic Weave might make for good clothes as well. Cell price multiplier comfort is 3. That's pretty good. Yeah. Excuse me? Cosmic Alloy Advanced, you know, if your colonists need some hard way to weather the storm, this can help you. Please don't worry, it's very comfortable, like a common bed. It's got 300% rest effectiveness. Antimatter bondage bed are not words I ever expected to say in that order. Okay, I mean, a Cosmic Alloy bondage bed seems pretty good. We just strap them down in front of the... Strap them down in front of the irradiators and just keep blasting them over and over and over and over. And the bonus to that as well... Oh, what did we get there? Insectile eyes, gross. The best part of that, of course, is normally with the radiation chamber, you have to have a robot take them to the irradiation chamber. Now we can just strap them down and keep blasting them over and over. Like, we, the player, can just sit here constantly, just constantly blasting them. Local streamer blast prisoner in bondage bed. Oh, no. So anyway, let's focus on our, sorry, glitternet stuff. Boring old computers. Nothing at all like anything we were just talking about there. So when that's done, we'll be able to get all 3 of those working at the same time. That's going to be another 62%, because we've got the other efficiency bonuses. Then we'll swap that thing out. How are we doing on the Cosmic Alloy? 67 out of 150. I did set us back a little bit there, I will admit. Should we put a couple more of these? How much do they need again? It's 70 gold and 25 plasteel. So when we put down a few of these, that's the interact spot, is it? Okay, that's a bit strange, but that's fine. Put one there, one there. Oh, we could pepper a few along in this direction, I guess. I just kind of want to use the empty space a little bit to fill them out. Let me think of what I want to do with this. Oh, shit. Look here. We've got an animal manager, a shearer, a milker, a generic animal harvester that's been in storage all this time. I don't know why it counts as storage, given that it should be... I mean, same with the hopper, too. I mean, okay, the hopper's a bit more understandable. But the fact that it's in storage means I've missed it, because it should be in... I think we can agree, in industrial there. Oh, and shit, it's storing Rimatomics stuff under industrial, too. Okay, fine. That's alright, I guess. Man, that's annoying. So we could have had an automatic slaughterhouse. We could have had an automatic animal harvester. I think we'll put that down anyway, just to see what crazy shit we can get from some of these animals, because I imagine they produce all sorts of weird stuff. Let's go ahead and install those as soon as possible. So we've got generic animal harvester. I guess we'll put a couple of those down, just because we have a lot of animals here. Do something like that. Then we've got shearer. Okay, shearer milker, I assume, are covered by the generic animal harvester. We've got an animal manager, which can apparently slaughter animals automatically. So we'll install one of those each, and then I'm probably not going to slaughter the animals quite yet. But we'll kind of make a short list of ones that we don't want to keep at some stage, and then bear in mind, Robot Mummy's going to be a while before she's rebuilt. We'll be able to get these things killed. Oh, look at the mess. Oh, is that the sand lion? It's just it actually. I thought it was a lion that lives in the sand. It's a lion that fucking makes sand. Constantly digging into sand, producing dense cloud of particulate matter that obscures... Oh, so it's a constant smoke pot belt. Yeah, I'm sure that won't ever backfire. Power's fluctuating again. Built too much stuff. Wow. Good God, I can't believe we're using this much power all the time. Let's put down a Rimatomics research bench. Let's start work on the Rimatomics stuff then. I've got to kind of decide where I want to put this that won't look too completely awful. That'll do fine. We'll build... We'll put down a multi-analyzer and advanced multi-analyzer, everything else in this room, rather than use up more room in the lab, seeing as that's already quite closely rammed in there. There we go. We'll get this stuff built as soon as possible. We'll start researching a Rimatomics nuclear power plant as well to go along with everything else we've got. I like having the variety, you know. I think ultimately the mod that adds all the crazy cosmic reactors and shit is going to easily beat any other reactor we could build, but it feels a bit boring just to have it all generated from that one hyper overpowered reactor. Oh... The Cosmic Forge take 30,000 watts apiece. Fucking hell. There's no wonder we ran out of power. Okay, my bad. Let's go ahead and just, let's just go ahead and flip those off for a second. Cosmic, yeah, there we go. Okay, turn it all off. Right, are we good now? Oh, there we go. All of a sudden, everything's back on. Right, okay. So to power those, we're really going to need some of the cosmic reactors from the Science Never Stops mod. We'll get around to that at some stage. We'll see if we can bash some of that out today. We've got the robotics anti-logic coming in. Then we've got a load of the other sort of early research that we missed there. We haven't even got space or electronics yet. I think we'll put a big fuck-off nuclear reactor inside the... We'll put it inside the animal room if we can. Oh, it has to connect it to the research bench, doesn't it? I forgot about that. I mean, we could put an embrasure on the other side. It doesn't really fit either. Let's put it there. That's fine. This is going to be quite a cramped area, I will admit. We'll just fill it with all sort of like more advanced technology. So any of the Rimatomics stuff is good. Obviously, the glitter net fits in quite nicely there. Decided to put down another bench so that we can call in some more exotic goods traders, just so that we can try and get that tech print. Remember, for the Beyond Our Understanding or whatever it's called. Anyway, request a trade caravan if you don't mind. And we want exotic goods trader. Always seem to have some useful stuff there. They might have some more of the spawners as well. Oh, it's so fast to make this stuff. What? That's crazy. Holy shit. Okay, well, I was going to have him just very quickly produce some cosmic alloy. Bear in mind, it's really, really expensive to keep it turned on. So I was going to have him make enough to... Why are you taking it over there when there's an input there, you weird man? What a strange boy. Make him build this one very, very quickly just so we can get the research bench set up, and then we'll turn it back off again. Hopefully we should have enough power in the grid just to facilitate... What do we need? Like a couple more rounds? Yeah, it's making 10 a go. So this should be it now. Let's get that turned off as soon as possible. Thank you. And let's go ahead and build that research bench then. Just get it out of the way, and then we can really blitz through this research. Production. There we are. And I need a cosmic alloy research bench. I dread to think the research speed on this thing when it's complete. This is going to be just complete madness. It doesn't even take that long to work either. This cosmic alloy is way overpowered, isn't it? Wow. It's just insane. Oh, God, it's like blinding. Fucking hell. Should we have a look then? Yeah, why wouldn't it be? 4,348 research speed. Fucking hell. To be fair, we do have a cumulative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different mods going on here. So we've got this from Science Never Stops. We've got more linkables. I believe that's also more linkables, actually. I think those two are the same mod. Yeah, we've got the research counter from Vanilla Expanded Furniture. We've got this from the Sparkling Worlds mod. We've got the filing cabinet, which is from, like, extra furniture. Fuck. Okay. I'm really interested in what's going to happen now when he starts researching. Oh, sorry. I wouldn't want to interrupt your bath there. Take your time. And go. Oh. Oh. It's still not really that fast, is it? I'm a little disappointed, actually. I want to see that bar, like, fly through. Although, to be fair, it's a 45,000 point research. The early researches are going to be, are just going to be a sneeze in their direction. They'll be finished. Okay, it's pretty quick. It's not quite the blinding speed I expected, but given this guy's got intellectual bonuses, he's got a research speed factor of 572% coming from him personally. That coupled with everything else going on, I will admit I did expect it to be slightly faster. Is there anything we can do to also speed it up further? We could build another filing cabinet, the other type of filing cabinet. What if we build that out of cosmic alloy? Do we give any other bonuses there? It's just always going to be the flat. Oh, excuse me, I don't really care about that one too much. Oh, we finished our test reactor. Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll move back onto that one then, because power is kind of the main thing to deal with. I don't know if research speed also applies to this stuff, but if it does, it shouldn't take us too long to get up to the advanced reactors here. Done. There we are. Very nice. Nuclear reactor research is now available, and let's go into nuclear power next. That's going to unlock us the fuel reprocessing, the controlled actuators, which we'll build as soon as possible. And then this will give us the nuclear reactor, as far as I recall. Finishing this quest is actually just straight building the damn thing. I've decided at long last we probably need some internal defenses as well, right? Bearing in mind that if we get a drop pod raid, we're pretty fucked at this point. We've got a whole herd of animals to try and fight them off, but besides that, we haven't really got any defenses. So what I've done is I've started to put down a few extra antimatter railguns. These are kind of a deterrent more than anything else. It is very much an anti-drop pod thing. Bearing in mind, these things will have chance to whir up, aim, and fire before they've gotten out of the drop pods. But if that first kind of volley fails, we're relying on all of these cannons at the same time to be able to take out, I mean, ideally, if say, like, drop pods fall there, we've got all three of them firing at once. That should wipe out any drop pod raid that we have to worry about. But if they come from a different direction, or if you start surviving, if they're getting close to these things, we're a bit fucked. So I might surround these with shredder turrets, precision turrets, something like that to help pick off any stragglers that manage to get through. My god, we finally finished the anti-logic omnibots. Now, I said we weren't going to build any omnibots, and I stand by that. They are very, very overpowered and kind of defeat the point of all the rest of the automation in the base. If we just got a robot that can do quite literally everything single-handed, defeats the point of programming all these machines, setting everything up in the right order, if we're just going to undermine it. So I'm going to stick by that. I don't mind building the highest tier of the specialized machines, so the fastest hauling bot, the fastest kitchen box. At the end of the day, with all the resources sinking into it, it can still only cook or carry things around. These types of research, though, I think we're going to get done in no time at all. I think we're absolutely going to blitz through all of these. We might as well queue up some other different types of research as well. We might as well just get them done. Now, all of this stuff comes from mechanoid hacking, right? So we'll forget about all of this for the time. I mean, we will do what the heck, don't get me wrong. But worry about that later on. Let's get the last of the Glutton stuffed out with as well. Bearing in mind these research. Look at that. They're taking all of about 30 seconds to get done. I've automated the Kibble dispatching as well, mainly because we've got so many animals. Feeding them is going to be so tough. So I've put down an input port right next to the Kibble, and then I've put down an output port containing Kibble right into the animal room, just to try and make it as fast as possible. I might have to readjust this bill as well. We might have to say do until we've got 1,000, then unpause when we've got like 500 left. Just get a bit more bulk sorted out there, because this is going to be unreal to try and deal with this. It's only the kitchen bots that can do it as well, but anyway, we haven't got any way to automate this unless I start setting up another... We could set up another assembler. Maybe use this one, seeing it's got some frozen ports around it to import rice, or what are we even growing right now? We're growing rice, and that's it, really? I suppose we've been subsiding on almost entirely human meat. I like that we've got all of this advanced hydroponics and what we're choosing to grow. Psychoid, cloth, and Nutroflower. Absolutely zero food. Food we're growing the old-fashioned way, out in a field. This just doesn't seem right. I'm going to queue up a bunch of different implants, mainly because I found some other animals that we can use as combat animals. I found another animal with arms, believe it or not. So we'll get all of these implants dealt with. What I want to do, really, is start operating on RoboDaddy to make him an efficient worker. Then RoboMummy, when she is finally reprinted, we can use Bionics to turn her into just a combat machine. Because obviously, combat prosthetics generally detract from manipulation and vice versa. So we'll make this guy focused on, like I said, purely manipulation, RoboDaddy purely on combat, sorry, RoboMummy purely on combat. And then as for these animals, there was another dinosaur I saw with arms. That creepy boy with his creepy little fingers there. We can install onto this one the charge rifle arms. So I figured that would be kind of fun to do. We can also give him giant tentacles, which is just all sorts of fucked up. So this guy is saved from slaughtering by virtue of having arms. Unfortunately, the same doesn't apply to our prisoners. Architect shoulders, architect legs. We'll give out architect legs. What I've actually done is I've gone as far to set the architect legs bill up to, well, I did. Have it set up to, oh, it might have just only affected this one in hindsight. Always have 2 produced. That way we've always got, in theory, you know, I'd say on average these dinosaurs are going to have 2 legs apiece, and then we can kind of swap them out piecemeal. Big Fungus also still needs another, what, like 4 legs? So having 2 in storage isn't a bad idea. During all that time, he casually finished researching nuclear power. Brilliant. Okay, so what other type of power plant we got then? Yeah, that looks pretty good. So not, again, like, it's just a bit more variation, isn't it? That's really what we're really about here. Right, let's get that down. I think that fits. Oh, man, kind of fits there. Not perfectly. If we could move all the hauling bots somewhere else, it wouldn't be so bad. Let's drop it there. And then, oh, that's fine. Whatever. We'll just put it there for the timing. That's okay. Fill some more of the dead space that we had. What I'm going to do is try and spread out the hauling base stations as well, because having them all come back to the same area to regenerate is a little inefficient. Bear in mind, they might be doing jobs all the way around the other side of the map. So by having a couple over here, it should cut down, or having them right in the center of the base would obviously be the most optimal way to do it, right? Because then it's the shortest distance to absolutely everywhere. Let's see how that's going to look when we're done. I'm hoping this thing will churn out a decent amount of power. I'm going to get you to do that right now. I'm not going to have the builder bots do it. The builder bots we've got are shit. They constantly fail buildings. So I'm going to upgrade the builder bots, I think, first more than anything else, especially with the hyperalloy. You know, the really expensive materials. When they fail building the walls and that, it's actually pretty significant, even if it's only 5 hyperalloy at a time. So hopefully that will churn out a decent amount of power. Let's go ahead and get that thing filled. Oh yeah, there's no point building it. I was going to say we want to build an input. Oh, hang on. This nuclear power, is it not? Is this the one that outputs the radius of... hang on. Local radiation. Yeah, right. So it's this one. So if we want to use this one, we also need some of the cryogenic stuff in there as well. We've also got to be very careful to cool this room effectively. So I'm going to put down, bear in mind, it's a room filled with machinery and robots. I mean, cooling it is kind of pretty on brand there. So we'll go ahead and stick down a couple of those cooling pillars in there. Temperature. Basically the same setup we had in... What series was that? Oh, I think it was the last series, wasn't it? Where we had this thing in the mountain? I don't even remember what last series was in hindsight. Whoa, the speed at which he's getting through some of these research now is pretty impressive. I don't think a research that had 45,000 was a good metric to base it on, but this is. When he's flying through the advanced integrations like they're absolutely nothing. Right now he's doing wireless networking. We've got all the network prosthetics coming up next. So now I guess we'll start moving on into the, was it Spacer Tech? Ultra Tech research. We should probably deal with the Spacer Tech first, given that we've missed quite a lot on that. Advanced Bionic Warfare, for example. Oh man, this is insane. I can't believe I missed this stuff. To be honest, I'm alright churning that right up. At the cost of the local radiation, who really cares? It's a room filled with predominantly robots. I can't imagine that it won't damage anything in here, will it? Certainly doesn't look like it. Oh, is Tainted Gear not being ground down? Why? Oh, it is. It's just taking that long? No way. Really? Okay, we're going to have to build a couple more recyclers then, aren't we? Wow. I thought for whatever reason I'd cancelled it, but since that last raid, it's taken that long to recycle all this crap. Good God. Military Industrial Trader. Right, there we are. Rimatomics trade ship is finally here. What have you guys got? Nuclear warheads. Say no more. Oh, God, it's 22,000. That's the goal, isn't it? To build the nuclear warhead factory. I did mention that at the start. That's what we'll really be using a lot of the... That's what I want to use the conveyor belts for. Things like that, so it looks a lot... I think it'd just be more visually impressive doing it like that. So that's what we use our conveyors for and whatnot. Maybe try and do it all from, like, a couple of input ports or something. Yeah, they really don't have anything massively useful there. Fuel rods wouldn't be too terrible. Plutonium. As I recall, didn't we have an issue with plutonium last time we used Rimatomics? Like, we didn't have enough to... We were waiting ages and ages and ages to be able to do something with it. I'm going to start stockpiling that now. Now our exotic goods trader turns up, but these guys have 3 beyond our understanding tech prints, which is significant. That's really, really significant. The only problem is we've only got 3,000 silver because we're spending all of our fucking silver right now on animals. So what I'm thinking, what I've done, is I've sold all of the spare animals. So I sold 1 bed bug, we've sold 1 ravager, 1 alpha beaver, 1 ocular jelly, etc., etc. I think it's time that we sell off all those organs that we were just... These are the ones that we couldn't grind up. These are the ones that have just been stuck in the system for, look, forever. My God. We had 84 eyes just in our freezer. That's madness. We might just be able to now afford some of those tech prints. Let's see what we can do with this. Where are they? Where are they? Hang on. There they are. Right. We can buy 1. Oh, seriously? Well, surely we can buy 2. There's got to be something else we can sell here. We've got 19 bionic eyes. To be honest, a lot of these other bionic stuff we're not really going to use. Any expanded prosthetics and organ engineering items we can just sell. So, obviously, we'll keep the royalty stuff. But those ones we can sell because they're incompatible with our other modules. So we'll just go ahead and dump those ones. Diplomat AI, Farmer AI, Muscle Stimulator. I suppose we can hang on to that. 30 elephant tusks. I don't know how the hell we've got 30 elephant tusks, but look, we're almost there. Just need a tiny little bit more. I've also bought a Cutrum drone assembly. We don't have any Cutrum drones, so that at least is something new in that regard. It's gonna be something. Fuck. I'm trying to collect all the side trainers as well, just in case we decide to train Robo Daddy in in some actual psychic, like offensive psychic abilities. Seems like the Psytech mod doesn't really have the crazy psychic powers I was really expecting. I'll go and do a bit more research into it. I might just be missing something. Shit, yeah. I can't believe the Mandrill, the one that we gave the minigun arms, is worth 4,800. That's insane. It's gonna be something. Come on. Mecha tentacles. We're never gonna use those. Get rid of those. These are good. These are fine. Drill arms, bionic tibia, medical system, painkiller ribs. Those are fine to keep. The rib replacement is about the only thing we will probably keep from expanded prosthetics. We've got to sell like a little bit. Sell a little bit of gold. Yeah, 200 gold. Boom. Done. That's 2 more beyond our understanding tech prints. Was it 2 more? Or was that only 1 more? Oh, it was 2 more. Good shit. Right, alright. Can we pick those outside of... Oh, fuck off, really? Right, hang on. Let's see if we can haul those back simultaneously, if you don't mind. There we go. Okay, those are too expensive just to leave around, even though I'm sure they'd have been absolutely fine. I want to make sure those are back as soon as possible. So that's our second tech print applied there, out of the 2 that we bought. Now, that gives us in total 5 out of the 10 tech prints. We're halfway there to technology beyond our understanding. I'm very excited to see what that will have involved. We have a lot of shit that I've queued up here. Maybe I went a little bit crazy here, but I want to get all of these, all of the implants done as soon as possible. because it's going to be a while before Robo-Mummy is back with us, so I need some combat creatures here. They're making new architect legs. What else can we make? Can we make, like, exoskeletons? We need, like, armor modules. Of course, we can't force a baboon to wear power armor, so we need something else. Like exo... Oh, man. Something on torso? Cold and heat regulators are the only things that go on torso. Oh, that's a shame. Let's check the other Barnet benches, then. Why not? I'm sure there's plenty of things on this one that might... Endoskeleton. Oh, that'll do. Skeleton. Endoskeleton stimulator gives movement and manipulation. Okay, that's not really what we're after. What about just armor? No armor. We obviously don't have the tough skin glands or anything like that. The royalty research, we haven't got the tech prints for it yet. There's no armor there either. Wow. I think we might have to send this baboon into battle naked. Relaxation rib. If we're going to have external farms, we might as well redo the power grid out here as well. Bear in mind, we're basically using those wind turbines as glorified scarecrows. So I figured we'll put down some of the advanced solar panels now that we've done the research there. Get some of the advanced wind turbines down too. And then just put down farms in front of that with whatever spare crap that we want. Maybe just some lentils, something like that, to keep the animals well fed, because those will require meat. There we are. We don't really want the animals to get a taste for human flesh either. Probably will backfire a little bit. Right, okay. I'm hoping those things will work as well, by the way, because I'm not doing such a big gap between all the wind turbines. You can really ram them in close, but I'm not sure if it'll... I'm sure it'll work. Oh, well, let's fuck it. Let's just give it a go, see if it does. Oh, what is that? Infected aero fleet? Whoa. It's been infected by that red mist. Hello. A small plot and gelatinous creature. Everything seems to have been affected by the prolonged exposure to the gases emanated from an ocular forest. Oh. Turned into an acidic gas of unknown origins. That's cool. So 2 of the animals from the Alpha Animals mod actually have that kind of interaction. That's quite fun. That's quite a nice idea. So we've got an hour until the next series of raiders turn up. I think we are going to have an animal emergency zone. Because again, if we get drop pods, they're fucked. Like, they're so screwed. Do we have an animal? We do have animal emergency, but it's in completely the wrong area here. And we've also got animal emergency prison. I'm going to go ahead and delete, I think, half of this crap, to be honest with you. Get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Inverse prison. I don't even know what we were using that for, so I'll get rid of it. So that one is just for Robo Daddy. That one's just for the animals. Let's go animal emergency, and then we'll put them in the barn. Because there's nothing else really in the barn either to... emergy. That'll do. Whatever. There's nothing else in the barn that I'm really worried about becoming damaged. So if an animal is pretty slow to get in there, accidentally holds open the door, it's going to be one raider versus just a shit ton of dinosaurs. Just a metric fuck ton of dinosaurs are going to get him. We'll do something like that. And let's get everyone... Oh, God, this is going to take a while. Let's get everyone called in as soon as possible. With regards to the... What the hell's going on? Oh, my God, that's where I sold them the animals. The spirocular jelly. Now... We did start, obviously, replacing the external walls with the hyperalloy, but we didn't have any hyperalloy in production because we had the machines off because we didn't have enough power. But I've turned those back on now that we've kind of upped the power grid a little bit. These things especially, these wind turbines, on average, they kind of push out about 5,000 watts, but when they get to their upper limits, it's like 8,000 watts per wind turbine. And the solar generators, these ones are just putting out another 12,000. So this is a huge amount of extra power we've got in the grid. I think we can churn these right back up now. There we are. Oh, grid access is still... Oh, man, it's a little bit too risky. That's where the wind turbines are obviously running at decent efficiency. We want to make sure that there's enough overhead for the wind turbines to basically be completely off as well. Here we go. Oh, my God, the game's crashed. That's not a good sign. How big is this fucking raid? The Rocco Union. I don't think we've fought these guys before. Look at them. This is a fucking army that's turned up. 135. Wow. It's not the biggest raid we've ever seen. Not by a long shot. Let's go ahead and get the robots recalled as soon as possible. This, I think I've set to... Let's turn that on auto-target. I think it'll have some fun with this. Oh, God, the frame rate. My poor video game. These guys aren't even worth paying attention to. Because, of course, they're not going to drop any hyper components or anything that we're actually interested in. What a fucking mess. I'm hoping it can shoot through... Can I, like, manually target with you? Yeah, let's just get you to manually target it. Can you hit out there? If we get it to shoot at that wall, which I think it can, that will send a shockwave. Whoa, there we go. That's kind of what I wanted. Send a shockwave straight through to the other side of the wall. Can we just shoot straight through, do you think? Can you hit there? It can, by the looks of it. No, it can't. Unfortunately not. That's a shame. Wow, we've actually started destroying the walls here. Maybe I was a little overzealous, assuming where the chaperone mines would be able to hit. This is insane. Look at this. The chaperone mines did actually all of the heavy lifting there. Holy fuck. So, I will admit, there's been a couple occasions where people have suggested me factions to install to test out against our current defenses, and I'm starting to think that might be necessary, because what we've got right now is weapons that are so advanced that even the hyper faction that we've got, the one that drops the hyper components, I forget what they're called, they're only turning up in void armor, and void armor is melted by this antimatter railgun. So there are a couple of factions people have recommended, specifically one called the Void faction has been brought up a lot. Now I want to know your guys' thoughts on this before obviously I throw it into the pack, because it will raise the difficulty quite a lot. So that will be, I think it's probably what we need at this point. Bear in mind, we've outpaced the game so far. I can't really make it much harder at this point. The only other alternative is to add the Polaris block storytellers, which add an extra difficulty above Merciless. We're playing on Merciless, and I've even cranked up the wave-based survival points per raid to 38. I mean, we could put that right up to 100 per raid, but I even then... What's another... I mean, it might send another 24 tribal raiders. They all melt the same in front of the railgun. They're all going to get blown up the same with the mortar shells. If we have people with better armor, better weapons, we might have a bit more of a challenge on our hand. But this is now maximum difficulty. We'll leave it on that. We'll see how the next one goes. And then depending on what you guys think, if you've got any suggestions as well, of course, throw those at me and we'll definitely get those installed. But the Void faction might be the way forward. This is going to be big. This is going to be pretty massive for us. I think that's probably the best form of energy we've got available right now. The cosmic energy contains vast amounts of energy. Energy is too difficult to extract under normal circumstances, etc. That's when the science never stops, Bond. And you know that's going to be kind of dialing things up here. Let's put one of those down. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, they're fucking tiny. What? How much do they output, then? If this reactor is fueled, and its fuel is destroyed by whatever destroys the reactor, it will violently explode. The explosion radius is very big. Are we going to have to build some sort of, like, secure lab area for this thing? Like a fortified room with the hyperalloy, perhaps? And we've also got a cosmic battery, generation 1. It is not immune to power surges. Oh, good. The absolute highest possible efficiency, incredibly safe. Never combust or explode even when damaged. Right, but it's not immune to power surges. So it sounds to me like we want to build a separate facility again for this reactor and the battery. I don't want to risk these things exploding here. Right, let's go for... I mean, hell, what kind of reinforced walls do we even want to use? I think it'd be better to use maybe steel reinforced walls, but multiple layers of it. I would love to use the hyperalloy, but we're already kind of using that for the entire external wall. Oh, fuck, another one, really? Okay, gorilla. Gorilla? Any gorillas? No gorillas. We've got a spined gal, whatever that thing is. Oh, God, look at this mess. We've got a friend for Big Fungus, though. Spined gal. Oh, that's cool. What is that? Farm animals with goat and cow characteristics, bred to survive in extreme environments. Herbivorous, happy to graze in any grassy meadow. Natural spine sails provide a different additional type of sustenance. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, that's a load more fucking animals you have to put up with. Oh, not another one of the spore creatures. Let's go and lock them in the... Go ahead and lock those along with all of the other ones here. This is fucking madness. That's it. That's fine. Just crawl over the top of the nuclear reactor. Yeah, that's no problem at all. Thank you. Much appreciated. Advanced bionic warfare. That baboon's never not going to know what's going to hit it in a second. Wow, what a fucking mess. What an absolute mess. Have we got enough... Sorry, have we got enough kibble for this many? It's just constant kibble pile-on. It's made of human meat, corn, or rice. Well, so much for the idea of not feeding them human meat. Never mind. A fire wasp? Oh, that would be cool to make into another attack creature. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. I'm actually genuinely surprised the game hasn't fallen over at this point. Got a lot of antimatter composite, if I'm not mistaken. So we could build an antimatter reinforced wall. Yeah, we've got 1,229 of that. Let's build, like, a multiple layer thick antimatter chamber, basically. I'd like to mirror this side, if possible. Let's see if I can do that, and then we can build around these things and then expand it kind of naturally in sort of the same shape. Decided while I was waiting for this thing to be built as well, to where we're going to store the cosmic energy generator, that I go through the research tree and clear everything else that we've basically left till now. We've got arguably the most efficient research station I think we could possibly build in the game. So now we can just kind of blitz through some of those. Don't get me wrong, we're nowhere near close to the end game. Bear in mind the crazy amount of fucking research we've got in this mod pack. Just an absurd amount of shit going on down here. But it means that we can get all of this very, very basic stuff done as soon as possible, because some of it is prerequisite for future things. So kind of taking it down to here, we're going to get artillery and military camouflage, flak armor, all that garbage stuff that really we don't need, but would be good to have, especially things like the hyperweave. That's actually going to come in fairly handy. So let's put it in the center of the room, but as close to the bottom of the room as possible, so that way if it does go Nova, and if it does blow a hole through its reinforcements, it's not going to affect anything else. Don't want to build it too close to this side, otherwise we might end up wiping out 5 or 6 nuclear reactors there. Okay, so what do we need for that? 25 cosmic alloy. As we found out, it takes all about 2 seconds to build that stuff. Oh shit, we've got advanced nuclear generators. Whoa. That's pretty fun. Okay, we'll put one of those down somewhere as well then. Why not? We'll put that in with the animals or something. Let's get down the cosmic batteries too. Yeah, so we could flank it with a couple of these. I think it looks fine. We've got fucking TIE fighter going on there. And let's get the reinforced walls around the edge. Antimatter reinforced walls. Should we do it exactly around the edge of it too? Do something like that. The hell kind of fuel does this thing take? 0 out of 1. Right. Okay. Production, perhaps? What the hell do I put in this thing? We've got an AI manager too, which will come in really, really handy in a second. I assume we built another cosmic forge then, maybe. Okay. Well, let's go and take a look at the cosmic forge. Ah! Catalyst cell. 15 cosmic alloy and 50 uranium. So let's do until X, where X is 10? I don't know how much fuel these things need. 0 out of 1. Oh, okay. So I think 10 is probably a fair... I mean, we could judge it based on, of course, how much we're producing right now. I think 10 is a fair place to produce that. Right, let's also go for... pause at like 2? 3? I suppose it depends how fast we get through it. Fuck it, 3 is fine. Get Robo Daddy on that right now. The last thing I want to have for today done is that cosmic generator online. Hopefully that'll churn out a decent amount of electricity. Did it say how much it'll churn out? Doesn't say anything quite yet. It's got 10,000 hit points. You'd have to... What the hell would you have to hit that with to damage it? Good God. And that only takes a little tiny bit of work, because of course it does. And then let's go and get this refueled right now. I'll give Robo Daddy the honor, I guess. Refuel, and off you go. This, I'm imagining, is going to be pretty big. I wouldn't be surprised if we see... I don't know. What do you think? About 100,000 power? I think that would be kind of expected of this mod, which is otherwise pretty ridiculous. Power output is exactly 100,000 watts. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, and the batteries are increasing pretty rapidly. So now we can turn everything up to... We can dial everything up to 100. We can take all of these machines that I dropped down to lower power. Which ones did I drop down to lower power in the end? I believe it was the... It was obviously the Cosmic Alloy producers, though this one we can crank up as well. I'll basically go through everything in between episodes to make sure everything's running at the highest power possible. It was just these things I think I turned down. And those I've turned off of automatic fuel as well, because right now we still need a bit more antimatter composite to be able to finish off the chamber to secure these things in. We'll leave it there for today. Not many war crimes, but necessary infrastructure upgrades. Getting some more... I mean, this is pretty war crimes. You can't deny that. This is... This is fucking disgusting. It's just unbelievable. We'll leave it there. I'll let Robo Daddy get some of the last research done, because we've only got 31 more research before we've done everything that's pre-Space Air level technology. So all of the green stuff will be finished at that point. It really won't take 30 seconds, bear in mind some of this stuff. I mean, look at how fast he just blitzes through it now. So I'll let him finish that one off. We'll come back tomorrow. We should be able to get that done before Wave 62. How long have we got on Robo Waifu? 53%. That's pretty good. Maybe next episode, maybe the episode after that, depending on how these things go. My God. If you want to name an animal, if you want to reserve an animal, prevent it being butchered, leave a comment, say which animal you want, and if it's not been reserved by someone who beat you to it, we'll go ahead and keep that one on reserve, I guess. But this is fucking absurd. This is way too many. I'm genuinely so surprised that the game hasn't fallen over at this stage. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Some really good progress today, regardless. Thank you all for watching. I don't know what I normally say. I put a lot of pressure on myself here, because I got to the end of the episode, and then I was like, oh, shit. I haven't got the new Patreon list yet. So I went and did it all manually, which took probably about 2 hours, and now I don't even know what happened. We just played Rimworld. Haha, that was a good episode, wasn't it? I especially like that thing that happened that was notable. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons for keeping the channel possible in the first place for yet another month. A big shout out goes out to Valorane, Hoopaloop, Michael Mullen, Darthhawk, Silkworm, Gwen S, C-Mac, Chase, Bacon Kitten, Kamar Ishmael, Kyle, Layla, Jackson Woodman, Huey Longdong, and Alchemia for their support over at the insane tier levels on Patreon. Big thank you to these guys for keeping the channel going for yet another month, despite June being a garbage fire. Thank you as well to Zerato, Devorda, Don, Jason Sushu, Luciola, Gaz, Mr. Awesome, Moondoggy, Eben Dragon 323, Monty, Ben Taylor, Nick, Valkyrie, Rob Girth, Adrian Eliasson, and everyone else, of course, over at Patreon as well for their support in keeping the channel going. See you all tomorrow for a better outro.